twice cooked cauliflower. Seems like quite a process, but I'm going to show you can cut the time in half and get exceptional results. And the reason why is because we're going to be cooking this in the pressure cooker. The pressure cooker is only going to take 5 minutes to cook this cauliflower. And the best thing about this is we're going to be serving it with a delicious cheesy sauce. So first up, we need to place this into the basket. And in my pressure cooker over here, I've placed a little water and a trivet in the base of it. So essentially, we're going to be steaming our cauliflower. The lid goes on and we'll lock it. And now we're just going to place a timer on this so it cooks to perfection. Like I said, this is only going to take 5 minutes to cook. So we'll set our timer on to 5 minutes. And what's going to happen is I'm going to put this onto a high heat, and then once this does come up to pressure, the alarm will go off on the timer and then the countdown will happen. 5 minutes, you're saving so much time as opposed to steaming this, which will take about 15 to 20 minutes. Now, while that's cooking, let's get on to a quick white sauce. I've got a pot over here on a medium heat. I'll add a few knobs of butter and we'll allow that to melt. And then I'll add the same amount of plain flour. Lovely. And then we need to cook off the flour. So using a wooden spoon, give that a good mix. You'll see it transform into a paste and then cook this for about 10 to 30 seconds. This is really important because we don't want that floury flavour, and the way we don't get that is by giving it a really good mix and allowing that to bubble away. Okay, once the roux has formed, we can start adding the liquid. I'm going to add some milk. I like to add a small amount at the beginning, mix it in, because we don't want any lumps, so it's ideal to add a little, incorporate, add a little more. And then at this stage, we can transfer over to a whisk and then give that a really good whisk to ensure there's no lumps. Once this completely absorbs the milk, I'll add the rest of the milk and then bring it up to the boil and allow it to thicken. Okay, this sauce is lovely and thick, so we can take that off the heat and we can add some flavourings. I have added some salt and pepper. I'll now add the zest of half a lemon, and I love the addition of Dijon mustard. It just really gives it that lovely savoury flavour. So about a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. And I like my cheesy sauce to have 3 types of cheese. So a sprinkling of Parmesan cheese, we'll incorporate that. And now for the other cheeses, I've got some Lovato cheese, which is a washed rind cheese. Have a look at that. Ooh, that is so yummy and it melts really well. So I'm just going to take off the rind and then cut it into little chunks. You really want to add this when the sauce is off the heat so it doesn't split the sauce. There you go. In that time, our cauliflower is ready. So we're going to turn the heat off. And then in a moment, I'm going to release the pressure. And because I want to make this completely decadent, I'm going to add some buffalato, which is a lovely cheese. And we're just going to cut half of this and grate it in. This is a really crumbly cheese, so you can even just crumble it in here and it will melt nicely, but I just want a finer texture, that's why I'm grating it. Okay, I think we have enough cheese now, so I just need to allow that to melt in with each other, so give that a mix. Yum. Okay, let's release the steam and we'll remove our cauliflower. Okay, we can safely unlock this now, and our whole cauliflower is cooked. It smells so good. Be careful when you're taking this out because of the steam. And, you know, of course you can cut your cauliflower up and just make it the classic way, but I think there's nothing more special than a whole vegetable like a cauliflower coming to the table in its entirety, especially when it's got just lots of sauce over the top of it. Now that is piping hot, so we'll take that out. I will use 2 spoons for this. And we'll place that in an oven-safe dish. And now for the fun part, which is completely bathing this cauliflower in this cheesy sauce. Oh, I love the look of that. Now I'm going to sprinkle on just a little more cheese, so just some of that Parmesan, and for a nutty flavour and the crunch, some walnuts. I'll reserve some for later, and this goes under the grill for 5 minutes or until it's completely golden brown. Our lovely cauliflower is cooked, and halfway through the cooking process I did place a bit of foil on the top because it will cook faster than the sauce around the sides, and you can see it is a perfect colour. Now I'm going to add some extra walnuts over the top and in the sauce, and then just to freshen the whole thing up, I love the addition of some parsley, and I'm just going to gather it, scrunch it together, and then just roughly chop it. Plenty, and then we'll sprinkle that over the top. That is genuinely a meal in itself, but it's also a fantastic side to many different roasts. Roast chook, amazing. Even a roast salmon with this is just delightful.